I know how she does it. She's a Mumbai girl, right?
She's a Mumbai girl. I'm a foodie. Used to enjoy the chart as you mentioned it.
Why local government though? Is there a suggestion or something that you can tell our audience? Is there a problem that our neighbors can get together and solve? So you were studying and teaching at the same time?
Yes, the fun was that Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday I used to study in the same classroom, and Tuesday and Thursday I used to teach. सुधार हो गया पर अभी तक सुधार नाम नहीं सुधारा
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode with Express with Sirisha. This is a place that we celebrate success, struggles and smiles all together with one heartfelt conversation at a time. Bringing to you an inspiring story and an inspiring person who's going to share that is a clue, his life and his journey with you today. I'm very, very happy to introduce to you someone who's very well known, a very familiar and respected face in our Georgia community circle. He's a community leader, a change maker, and an entrepreneur. A person who truly believes in the power of giving back. Born and raised in the vibrant lanes of Banaras, timeless spirit of Ganga in his soul. He has been here in Georgia, USA for almost 20 years and made it a home for himself and the people around him. From a thriving career in a corporate world to leading impactful community initiatives, founding programs that feed and support thousands, to now stepping into public service, his journey is a true testament of hard work, resilience, and purpose. Today, we are not just here to talk about his titles and achievements, which is a long list, to be honest, but we also want to truly know the person behind them. His struggles, his funny stories, his dreams, adventures, and the moments that shaped him to be who he is today. So let's dive in with no delay and get to know Sudhir Ji, Sudhir Agarwal, as you know, and someone I think some people call you Sunnie. Welcome, Sudhir Ji, on our show.
Thank you.
Well, I'm very excited. I know there's a long list of achievements. We want to talk about your career in a nutshell. We want to talk about your public service. We want to know Sudhir Ji a little more than what people already know. I know a lot of people know you in this area. And I'm very grateful to have met you and thanks for accepting and coming onto our show. We will take a moment's reflection on all his achievements. We want to show Atlanta along with some of the pictures we have crafted from Sudhir Ji from his childhood to his achievements to who is in Atlanta today. So Sudhir Ji, अभी Atlanta ने तो देख लिया. They have seen all your achievements. It's really tough to put everything down in a nutshell, but we want to kind of really know to start with, where this all started. As I said, Ganga is in your soul. From the streets of Banaras, eating those chaat that you have grown up. We want to hear your roots, the pathway, your childhood story in India, and what brought you to US.
So I was born in a small town near Varanasi. It's called Renupur, where Hindalco Industries is there, which is one of the flagship company of Aditya Vikram Birla Group. My dad used to work in Hindalco. I grew up in Renupur. I used to go to Varanasi frequently, I would say, is once in 2 or 3 months. Used to enjoy Ganga. At the same time, I used to enjoy the streets of, or I would call it like the gullies of of Varanasi. That used to be fun. Used to enjoy the chaat as you mentioned it. I'm a foodie, and now I realize that where I became foodie. So that was the Varanasi trips. Fortunately, I was enrolled for my undergrad in BHU. So I did my computer engineering from IIT BHU. Passed in 2001. It was, for those who know, 2001 was a bad year for an IT graduate.
Yeah,
I had one of the best offer in the campus, but turned out to be not so good, I would say. The companies deferred the joining date, and I landed in Mumbai to prepare for my MBA.
Oh, it brought you to a good place. That's where I'm from, Mumbai.
Yeah. So I was there in Mumbai, and my dad always used to say, whatever happens, happens for good.
Yes.
Fortunately, I joined IIM Lucknow in 2002. I graduated in 2004 and I joined Infosys in 2004. One of the things that I remember when I was there in Mumbai is I was studying in IMS, and I wanted to have a job. IT, it was really bad, but I was good at maths. So I approached the institute that I was studying in, and applied for the job as a tutor or a teacher, and they hired me. So MD used to say, Sudhir, you are the first student whom we have hired as a faculty. And what happens when I joined IIM Lucknow? I'll tell you a funny story. I checked in, I put my bag in the hostel room, and I was walking just to see the campus. That was the first time that I came to Lucknow. And I saw a guy coming with his bag, and he looked at me and said, Hello, sir, how are you? I said, How on earth do you know me? I have come to Lucknow for the first time. I don't think so. I know anyone. And he says, Sir, I'm your student. Used to teach me in Mumbai. Bye. I said, Yeah, you may have been my student, but trust me, now we are classmates and you can call me Sudhir. So that was really interesting that one of my students turned out to be my classmates.
And teacher is one of the jobs that students will 100% remember. You may not remember the 100 students or multiple students you're teaching, but you always remember your guru.
Yes, that's true.
I think you had it in you, which we'll come to the public service and you're part of giving back. I think you had it in you since very early in your life.
I take that as a blessing from
Yeah,
God that
that is-
God has chosen me among very few to give back to the community.
That is very right. And I think entire Atlarda and Georgia will definitely agree with me on that. So, that is your schooling. You went to Mumbai. And I think after that, you went to another city. I know you've seen a lot of places in India. We'll come to that. But where was the life take you after that? And how did you come to US?
For US, like, and after my MBA, I joined Infosys. I was there in Hyderabad. I traveled to Europe for 6 months. I was there in Oslo. And then, the time, it's like, and I would say, it's the fate. I know when I was growing up, again in a small town in Renukot, I used to see the plane, and I would say, it's like, and one day I would get in this plane. That was the wish that you had. As a kid, you have small
Going
dreams.
on a flight was a big deal at that time for us.
Big deal at that time for us. And then I came to US through my job with Infosys. I was there in California for a year. That is where my son.
What job brought you here?
Job brought me.
Otherwise, you were not thinking of coming?
No, that means I would have traveled I would say, as a traveler or as a tourist. But the thing is, I did not have a plan to travel to US that time. But that is how the job brought me here.
And then what brought you to Georgia after that?
So I was there in California for a year. I joined HP after leaving Infosys, and I asked my ex-wife Payal that okay, I'd be traveling across the country. You'll be by yourself, so you have to choose the city that you want to be. So her best friend, her childhood friend, was there in Atlanta, so she chose Atlanta, and that's the reason we moved to Atlanta. So
no, I didn't know that.
yeah, and we moved very close to her friend.
Okay.
Her childhood friend, so that in case when I'm traveling, she can get help from her friend or be with her friend. So
you are an avid traveler. I'm guessing this is a very big aspect of your life. So was it what started you with that intention? It's not what solo backpacking trips you do, group trips you do.
I love to travel with family. For jobs or for I have traveled for around 10 years back to back every week to different parts of
Every week?
Yes, every week. It was like around 50 weeks in a year I used to travel.
That was job taking you?
That was job as a consultant. That's what I used to do
Yeah.
for around 10 years. And especially like when sorry, I did not travel when my daughter was born, because that's the time my wife asked that, okay, we want to take a break and I need help with 2 kids. I said like, okay. So 2 years I was not traveling, but first I think with my 12 years in HP, I was traveling pretty much every week.
Very glad to hear your story. So you came, you had your 2 kids by now, your life was busy, consulting, you were traveling, and in general, you like traveling. At what point did you start community service and impact into community and turned into that field? How did that aspect of your life start in Georgia specifically?
So in Georgia, I was like, as you said, I was traveling consultant. I had very few connections. I think most of them were parents of my son's friends. So that is whom I was connected with.
Huh.
Um, but I got introduced to my senior, my mentor, Dr. Nasi Narsimhan. So he's the one who got me into the community in Georgia. I joined IPN, Indian Professionals Network, that Dr. Nasi founded in 1992.
And Dr. Narsi is your mentor from India.
No, he was my college senior in BHUs.
Oh.
That is how I met, like in a reunion, I would say small reunion in Atlanta. But he was from Atlanta.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we lost him in 2016.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, he was a great person. I can have a lot of memories with him.
Really a good story. I'm sure there are a lot of things you want to share on that front. So IPN happened and Dr. Narsi, and then how did community service come there?
Then I got involved in a lot of organizations. One was International Day of Yoga, so that we just celebrated on 21st June, the 11th International Day of Yoga.
Yes,
So that was it.
always in celebrations. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is where I got involved in. Apart from that, Nasi introduced me to APAC, so I represented India in Asian Pacific American Council of Georgia. And then there were like in multiple organizations, like in Rajasthani associations and the other organizations that I got introduced to. So that was I would say thanks to Dr. Nasi for getting me or building my social life in Georgia.
Wonderful. And I think whatever you do, you excel in it. So you went there, you became the president for APAC few years. I think you were doing that. And then top 25 most influential people in Georgia. I think that also happened around that same time for you. So
Yeah,
it was I'm sure you just started something and then you do it to perfection and then you excel. That is something I have seen that you always do, and I'm sure there's a lot of hard work that goes into this. It's really truly has to be someone's passion to take it to that level and excel. Because hum sab karte hain, but I think you're taking it to a next level. So you're definitely inspiring a lot of us, and very thank you for you, people like you, and especially you, to do so much for Georgia and give us an opportunity to also serve back, because we all want to do something, but we don't know where to start, right? So you're creating that platforms for us. And actually that brings me to what SprinklingSmiles, which is another organization of yours. You want to share how did that organization start? Because I know a lot of people volunteer with you there.
Yeah, we have more than 100 volunteers, I would say, across US and in India. So SprinklingSmiles started during COVID, and that was started by my wife, Swati Agarwal, and myself. I would say she's the one. When you say like, and your wish, my command, whatever I tell, she makes it happen. And till now, just I had to say that this is what I'm wishing for. And I don't know how she does it, but she will make it happen.
I know how she does it. She's a Mumbai girl, right?
She's a Mumbai girl. So now
Mumbai girls think something, Mumbai girls do it.
I will agree with you, because she has proved. And I just was having a discussion with her, and I said, I want to do something for the people who were working really tirelessly. And it's not, means there was a lot going. I don't know if you remember 2020 when COVID started, there was a lot of organizations who were doing it for doctors and nurses, and yes, there was a lot of folk.
Because they were working
non-stop, so was there. But if you remember, if you were there in Mumbai, or if you know somebody in Mumbai, there were other people who were working because it was a lockdown, which was BMC workers and the police staff who have to be there to control it. But there was no services for them. They're not even water. So I said, like, and why don't we do with the frontline workers, like the Hawaldar or policemen that you have it, and also for the BMC employees, because you remember that that doesn't stop.
Yes.
Yes,
And they have to keep going.
they have to keep going, and they cannot.
But they are really the people running the city. They're doing so many things.
Yeah, the restaurants were closed. So those guys cannot carry their tiffin, but at the same time, they cannot have food in the restaurants because restaurants are closed.
Everything was closed.
So what we started with initially, it was a 5 days project that we took it, that we are going to cook food, or we'll have a cooked food package that will distribute it to the BMC employees. So we found a place, we partnered with someone where we could distribute it. And what happened suddenly, I'll tell you a story that is still like a very touching story. I received a message in my I Am Lucknow group. My friend from he was there in Seattle, and he posted a message that do you know anybody who can supply food in Mumbai, because his neighbors parents are in Mumbai, and they need food. They're old and they need food. So I talked to Swati and I said, this is the message that I got in my group. And again, knowing Swati, she will make it happen. So she said, I can just ask them for the address and we'll take care of it. I messaged my friend, he sent me the address, and then she asked me, like, are you sure that this is the correct address? I said, yeah, that's what my friend gave. Why would you give the wrong address? I said, why are you asking that? She said, the address that you have given, this house, maybe 10 crores, maybe 15 crores. It's like in Kolaba town. So it would be like super rich people. They would not. That's like the situation. But yeah, the thing was, she said, like, okay, if they have asked, obviously there would be a need. She went, she made all the arrangement for fresh vegetables, groceries, and went to the door, and
She went herself.
she went herself to deliver it. And what she saw was the person was on, I think he had a surgery, and the wife was on pacemaker, and they could not walk. And what they were doing was they were just making congee, which is rice water, and having that with salt. Last 3 days, they have been having that only because they don't have any vegetable, nothing left in their house, because the May
wouldn't
come, and there's no way that they can go and stand in the long queues and get the grocery.
Household help was a challenge at that time.
That was a
Behind closed doors, doesn't matter which building, which floor,
does it
where you are staying. I think pandemic brought everyone
everywhere.
to a dire state. I think everybody had a tough journey. But your wife, you doing, Swati, and you doing this, it's great. I mean, one is thinking about it and one is actually making it happen, and that having the right connections of people who are helping you to get it done.
That was good. And then the person gave.
To you. Thank you to Swati.
Thank you to Swati, I would say, because she made it happen.
Go, girl, go. Keep thinking, go. More beautiful things and keep doing. We're all with you.
So when we say is that when we give food for a week for a family of, say, like 4, it is, we have created whatever, like a filled meals that they have it for a week times number of people who have it, that many smiles we have created. So we were really fortunate that we got an opportunity to help people.
Is it still active?
Oh yeah, we are still active. We had our food donation last week. We do a monthly food donation here in Woodruff Park in Atlanta. In India, we have volunteers in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, and Gujarat who does the food donation, and like another services that they support. So Hemant Loraji, and we have Rajkumar Yadavji, who is managing Uttar Pradesh, where they have adopted villages where they will do school supplies, they will do blanket donation, or even to the tribal folks, they will provide them opportunities for jobs also.
Wonderful.
And we have Hemant Jadavji in Mumbai. He does an amazing job. On the Women's Day, he was having a women's health clinic. That was, yeah.
Very much.
Yes.
That awareness is good, yeah.
Yeah, with his wife. And recently he did a school supplies for the schools. And our surprise, his whole family was working to pack the school bags and give it to the...
That's the way to teach kids. I always say don't tell them do this, do help them. Do it. Make them part of that journey. They will learn from that actions and they will keep doing it. That satisfaction that you get after doing a voluntary activity or charity or any kind of such, you have to do one to know how it feels, and then it's a blissful feeling.
Blissful feeling.
Yes. Your personality, your passion, and I'm sure all this brought you. We all have come here. A lot of people are doing community service. Everybody is doing whatever the best they can do. What made you feel, I want to run for office in 2024? How was that page unfolded?
That was, I would say, is very sudden. Uh, as you said, like I used to do a lot for the community. I'm allowed to interact with people.
Mhm.
And then I realized that there is a limitations that I can do it, because helping people, being there for everyone, there's a limited impact that I can create with the resources that I have it with me, whether it be time, money, and energy, and the connections. But if I'm there in the public office, there is a big opportunity to help people to do the right thing. That is what motivated me to run for the office, and I was glad. I always say is always enjoy the journey, not the destination.
Yes.
So yes, I did not get elected, but I think we won. As a team, my team did a good job, a really good job, to the level that for my team, there was a lot of appreciation that came from people, from not only the voters but the elected officials also, that you put a tough fight and your team won because of the effort that they put together. So we got 31%. In the whole process, what I say is you get to know you meet some really good people.
Yeah.
You build strong bonds, and you know who are going to be there when you are in need.
Yes.
So that was another one. So as I said,
The validation.
that's
You get there, able to know who is there
for you and who is not there for
tough
you.
times teach you that.
Tough time
We
teach
should do that. Yeah.
But I say, enjoy the journey, if not the destination, because the fun is always there in the journey, never in the destination. We always work towards the destination, but that 3 months or 2 months that when I was running for office, that was really good. In my cases, I lost my dad just after I filed for the elections. So around 3 weeks.
You didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, for 3 weeks I was there in India. When I came back, I had it was 12 days before the election started. So I had 12 days to campaign. But again, kudos to my team who really worked hard and made sure that even when I'm not there in city, they were
We get
sure
going.
they
That is a true team. They supported you and you put on a brave face with that loss, with your life so much going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks to all the
I'm sure
volunteers.
see wherever he is, he's looking at you and he's very proud of you.
Oh yeah, he was very proud. And his friends used to say that he was very proud that you're running for office, and he used to tell us that you're running.
Yes. So would we see you again running for office? Is that something in cards?
I have not made the final decision, but most probably I'll plan to run again.
Yeah. The whole Georgia is here. The entire Asian Indian community, everybody of us are with here, support you and encourage you. You're doing for us. I liked how you said that my options were limited. So I'm doing this so that I can have more power in my hand, so that I can give back more. So you're trying to have the impact more, and that is where you're running. And that is truly the definition of public office. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So Sudhir Ji, there's so much more to know about you. So in interest of our audience, I have prepared a few questions for you. Okay, so just to get to know you better, like Sudhir Ji, I'll ask them and feel free to answer them in one word, one sentence, or with an example, however you feel appropriate, because I just put this on just the curiosity of knowing you. You did a lot in India, right? IIT, IIM. What does success mean to you, and how has that definition changed for you since you came to Atlanta? Because when we are in a childhood, we think, "Mujhe bade hoke ye karna hai. I want to be that. I want to do that." But at that time, your definition of success might be a little different. And when you come to Atlanta and then you be doing grown up, you think a little differently, more practical. Has that definition changed for you?
To be very frank, yeah, that's a good question. Is success for me? I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I gave it a try, and I think I did good as an entrepreneur. But one thing that I learned in my life journey is the difference between success and satisfaction. So success is something that the external world defines for you. So for somebody, a millionaire may be successful. For a millionaire, a billionaire would be successful. But when he goes and he meet Jeff Bezos or somebody like him, he feels like and he's just a billionaire. There is a guy who is sitting with like an 200 billion or 300 billion world. He may feel that he is not successful. So it's always relative. But what I have learned from my life is satisfaction. You may not be successful because the world would be looking at differently. But if you are satisfied, that makes a huge difference in your life. So what I tell all my audience is don't go after success. go after satisfaction. Satisfaction is something that defines you, what you want to do. Are you happy or not? We are in this world not to be the CEOs of the companies or the entrepreneurs or something. You do your karma. I'm not saying that you don't do that, but do something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
The success, or whatever you call it, the parameters of success, which could be a name, fame, money, big houses, whatever it could be, big cars, that would be an outcome of good karma or good work that you're doing it with heart. So I would say that is what has changed. The definition of, I would say, is from success to satisfaction. That has
And
changed.
that is your definition of success. Everybody
That's my
has to assign their own, what gives them joy. And I really like how you put that together. Very nice. I do want to ask you this question because when I called you the first time and I said, "Hi Sudhir Ji, kaise hain?" And you said people call me Sunnie, right? Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah.
So is that a nickname or who gave you that name and where did that come?
That was my campaign name that came in. And I'll tell you like a few stories that happened. I used to work very closely with the party that I was running with Republican Party. And folks whom I was used to interact with, one of the person, he would say call me instead of Sudhir, he will call me Sudhar. So he called me Sudhar for roughly like a year. I didn't like correct him, but then after I felt like an सुधार हो गया, but अभी तक सुधार का
नाम नहीं सुधारा तूने।
नाम नहीं सुधारा, so सुधार का सुधीर नहीं हुआ. And then I was there at one of the events, and then the person said like, Sudhir, if you're running for office, Sudhir is a three syllable and it becomes too difficult for us to pronounce. So you have to find something that we can pronounce easily. And that is where Sunnie came into being, because that is something that is easier to pronounce, especially for people. So I said, I don't want somebody to tell people to vote for Sudhir and this or Sudhar, and they don't find Sudhar.
The next question I want to know, is about your APAC presidency. Is there any decision there? I'm sure there are many. Which one you would like to share with us that you are the most proud of, or something that you decided that in hindsight you would want to redo or change during your term?
For the APAC president, when I was there, yeah, one thing that I would like to talk about is as we were talking about the community, I started with the concept of the Community Achievement Award. So APAC, Asian Pacific American Council of Georgia, is a consortium of around 15 Asian countries that come together, share the culture, and organize different events. What we wanted to do was to recognize one member from each community for their achievement. And I dedicated that award to my mentor, Dr. Nasi. So now we have Dr. Nasi Community Achievement Award every year that is sponsored by SprinklingSmiles. But more important is to recognize people in every community from every country who have done something for the community. And I'm really, really proud of it. And when I see people who have done without any expectation getting recognized for that award, I really feel good.
That is great. That is great. I'm sure they're continuing the tradition in your name. We should name that award after you, maybe, because you started that. I'll come someday to an APAC event and I'm going to cherish that moment. You talk about sprinkling smiles a lot. I know it's a big part of you, big part of Swati's life, your family. Take us to a day in Sprinkling Smiles. The very first drop. Look, like what I mean by that is serving food is one, but so many volunteers came and you served so many people. But is there a story of a face, the first time I say Sprinkling Smiles and your experience? What is the first face that comes to your mind, apart from you and Swati, for sure?
I would say is I still again get it. So when we started Sprinkling Smiles in India, we were supported by Swati's neighbor Kiran Bhai and Bhamini Behan, who was his wife, and they used to go together for the food donation, or I would say is more than the food. I would say is like a grocery donation. So we came to know that there was a lockdown and the whole building was locked in. I think Warsaw, which is more like a fisherman colony, and they distributed the food. They had their own tough times when they were distributing, because it's a coastal area, so the truck stopped loaded with grocery. But they managed the distribution. They came back, and 2 days later, we came to know that Kiran Bhai has got COVID, And I was really, really, really worried because, he went for the only time he went out was to help people. Uh, and you know that the first phase of COVID, it was very tough for seniors, and Kiran Bhai is around 60 years old. So I was really, really worried about it. But touchwood is like, and he came out, he never had a painful moment. And whenever I talk to Bhamini Bahan, she says, thank you, Sudhir and Swati, that because he went for a good cause,
Yes.
he means it was to happen, like COVID was to happen, but he did not get impacted by COVID. So I says, when you do a good karma
Yes.
with a good intention, the outcome will always be good.
Yes. God will take care of the rest. You just keep doing, karte raho, fal ki racha mat karo, apni bhi khair karo.
Exactly. So that part is, I would say, is a memorable story or a moment that we have it. And whenever I talk to Bhamini Bahan, it's a different. She always tells that story. So if you remember that this happened with Kiran Bhai and he came out, so
I can't wait for this episode to reach them and see their reaction. You should probably have someone capture their expression when you had the episode release and they see this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll ask somebody to go to Mumbai and show them there with a recording on a bit.
Side by say camera on kar dena to capture, because these are truly precious moments because you appreciate and you might have said them, but if that is the first thing that comes to your mind when you're doing so much in Sprinkling Smiles, but for them it is a big deal.
Oh yeah, he is
Great story.
that period. And good part was, after that we used to have some sessions where Kiran Bhai would come and will talk about his experience and how he got out of COVID. So that was again helpful for a lot of people because now they were listening from somebody who had a first hand experience of having COVID and then getting out of it. So
Healthy.
Yeah. So
Great story. So Sudhir Ji, with your public office, thought and service that you want to start, and I'm really fingers crossed we want to see you there in a few years. Why local government though? Is there a suggestion or something that you can tell our audience? Is there a problem that our neighbors can get together and solve? Because I'm sure from that shoes, you have seen a lot and you've experienced a lot. So any message you want to give us from that perspective?
I think you have two questions in this. So the first question is more about like in why local government. A lot of people don't know that most of the decisions that you get impacted on the daily basis is taken by the local government. So what I always say is, please participate in your city government, in your county government, because the policy is as simple as that: what is going to come in your next to your neighborhood, or whether this mall is going to be built or not, or even like in the road widening, you have been struggling in traffic for hours to go to like and travel 2 miles, and that is something that we have seen. Like your house is very close to Bagnesbury, so think of it like an house. It is a two-lane road, and for years it has been there because the local government could not come to a decision of widening it for ABC XYZ reasons, whatever it would be. So, and I always says, if you're not on the table, you're on the menu. Yeah. So please participate in when I say like in politics, you don't require to run for office, but please go and vote. I don't care whom you vote for, but when you vote for someone, you have your voices heard. Then you can decide whether you voted for the right person or the right thing or not, or basically like in the decision that you made, the person whom you elected, did he do the right thing that he talked about? So which is very, very, very important, and a lot of people don't know. Like you have your credit score, there's a voter score.
Oh,
Yeah. So that
I heard about this, but didn't know how it works.
So what they do it is they check when you are eligible to vote first time or last 10 years, how many times you have gone and voted.
actually voted.
Yes. So if your voter score is low, you are not allowed. Means, when the elected officials or anybody is doing the analysis, it's like the credit card companies. If your credit score is low, they don't care for you. So same way as your voter score is low, that means you're not participating in making of the government. Then you have to be impacted by the decision. You don't have a say. But if your voter score is high, like your credit score is high, then you are active. So what I say is, the easiest thing that you have it is go and vote.
Yeah.
That's the message that
That's a minimum right. Everybody has.
that's a minimum right. If you are a citizen, trust me, it's it's your responsibility, not only the right. With great powers comes great responsibilities. So it's a civic duty. Take it as a civic duty. Go and vote. Please, it takes, trust me, it takes 15 minutes to go and vote. You can pick up the day. The good part here is that you have the voting booths are open for like 3 weeks to 4 weeks. You can pick up a day, you can pick up a time, and you can just go and vote.
Definitely. That's a message that we'll keep playing a couple of times for our audience when it comes to your elections or any elections to say. But thank you for that. I do want to get into some lighter note questions, but one question that I feel resonates a lot with you that I do want to know is there your younger self, the Varanasi life, your childhood? Have you ever asked yourself, was it worth it through all the hardships of childhood, everything that you've gone through, the struggles? What do you feel now, or how would you answer it?
Varanasi, when you say, is like I came to Varanasi in 1996 to prepare for my IIT JEE. So that was maybe before even I got into BHU. And that 1 year, trust me, was really, really tough for me. I used to stay in a place uh, and we had to walk 2 kilometers to go for the coaching. You'll think of something in 1960s, but yes, that was in 1996. So, and then attend our coaching, have our lunch and come back and then study. So I used to work like in roughly, I would say 15 to 16 hours to prepare for my JEE. That journey was tough, and I used to have a meal only once a day. I had to skip dinner because if I go for dinner, by the time I walk back, I'll be hungry again. So the option that I had was to skip dinner. It used to be that way that when we used to go back to our hometown and like on Diwali or New Year when we used to visit, I used to tell my mom, please don't cook dinner for me. And she was surprised, like, and why is he asking that? Then she talked to my friend's mom. He says, like, and yeah, Abhishek says the same thing. Then they realized that because we were skipping the dinner, if we had dinner, then our stomach would be upset. So that is what we used to have.
Real hardships. And nowadays, OMAD has become like a dieting thing.
Oh yeah, now it is.
Yeah,
It's like cycling. Before we used to cycle. I remember when I was there in BHU, I used to cycle 10 to 15 kilometers every day. Now people go to gym to do the same thing.
yeah.
So, but that was the tough time. But I say it was really worth it. It's not about joining IIT, but I made really, really good friends. Came across some really good people when I was there in BHU. So every effort that you put in is worth it. Yeah, that's what I always say is please keep doing your karma, and you'll see the results. May not be in a short term, but maybe in a long term. And as my dad used to say, is whatever happens happens for good. Keep doing your karma.
Yes, keep doing, and you're helping people, helping the community. So you keep doing, help us, and we'll keep doing our karma too. Very well said. Thank you. Now I'll unfold to another chapter. Okay, I'll take some easy, lighter questions, but we want to see the fun side of Sudhir Ji because I've heard a lot about your stories on that angle. So let's see. Let's see to get to know Sudhir Ji a little more on his passion, on his family side, and what he does in his pastime. We call this section Jhatke mein response. Okay.
Give me
मेरे आप आराम से बैठिए बाद वाले पीजिए हम चाय भी लेके आ रहे हैं एकदम मस्त अदरक वाली चाय बनाई है मेरा जैसे जब से वो रील गई है अदरक वाली चाय वो तो कैजुअल वाली थी बट सच में अभी वी आर मेकिंग अदरक वाली चाय फॉर एवरी एपिसोड वन वर्ड योर फ्रेंड्स वुड यूज टू डिस्क्राइब यू
helpful.
I would have guessed that a dream you are still pursuing
I would say is shelter for women and old age home put together. And the concept is unique. I've not seen anywhere, but the good part would be is you don't require you. It's like an women taking care of the kids, so you don't require to hire somebody to do that. But at the same time, they live their life because they have kids surrounded by them. At the same time, you have a seniors, the old age home or vridhashram that you call it. There, the elders are teaching the kids, taking care of like as like as a family or joint family, staying together. You don't have to hire an external help, but it's like people in need living together. So that's the one dream that I had.
creating a family and they're going to help each other. Are you going to do that in US, in Georgia?
I will try to do it in US, but it depends. Like, and I would say it's all about what God wants me to do or where He wants
Very
me to
good
do.
idea. We are looking forward. We are all here to help and support. So please let us know. Your go-to comfort food.
Go to comfort food. I like sweets. My wife would say that like
Yeah, you have a sweet tooth.
I always have a sweet ear. 24/7. I'm always there. She can tell.
What is the favorite dessert you like? Indian sweets, US?
I love badam ki barfi. If somebody has done that, I love ghevar. It's very difficult to find out, but yeah, ghevar it has to be cooked perfectly for me.
Okay, we are to have some India sweets for you. Okay, I'm going to get that right after the show for you. Hopefully, you'll enjoy them.
Thank you.
A song that lifts your spirits instantly.
It would be Om Tvayamkam Yajamahe. So that is would always like I get, as I was talking about, this will be I get the power in 5 minutes and I'm into a different world. Trust me. Sometimes it is difficult for me to control myself when I listen to this. So that is the one.
Very nice.
Muhammad is the one. Muhammad Jab, I'll play it 180 times, and I mean,
Every day?
not every day, but I would say it's at least 3 to 4 times in a week. I would play that, and when I listen to it, I have a different energy.
Town hall or kitchen table?
Kitchen table.
The cozy conversations.
Yeah, family and friends. So that's the most important.
मैंने सुना है आपके घर में every weekend होता है kitchen table.
Weekend alternate week to yeah. We can have at least 25 get together. If it snows, we have a get together. If it rains, then we have a get together. We just look out for the opportunities to party or get people.
The unpredictable rains in Georgia will give you a lot of opportunities. See, शायद बारिश होने वाली है चलो घर में बैठो.
Well, our friends know it that Agarwal house is always open, and most of the times when my friends come, they open the door like this instead of ringing the bell or knocking.
Oh, that's okay. Sunrise yoga or late night spreadsheet or work?
Oh, I love sunrise, though I'm not able to do it a lot. But given an opportunity, that's what my favorite thing would be.
I was going to ask you morning person or a late night person, but I think you answered that question, right? That's how.
Yeah.
I wanted to nicely ask you because I know there's a lot of work that you do. Because you have Hyderabad in your life, an aspect there, and I know your brother is there, family is there, and Varanasi. Would you prefer Hyderabadi biryani or Varanasi ki chaat?
Varanasi anytime. Varanasi is different. Not only the chaat, but the spirit of Varanasi. I don't think so that any place can beat that. The positive energy that you get it in Varanasi on the Ganga Ghats is incomparable.
Do you visit every year or something?
No, I would love to. In fact, I don't mind settling in Varanasi in my old age because the energy that I see this time when I visited, me and my college juniors, I've found 3 of them, and they said so let's go for Ghat. So at 10 o'clock, we started walking on Ghat. We started from Asi Ghat and we went till not the Sashmi but Manikarnika Ghat, which is like around 40 ghats, maybe around 5 kilometers. We were walking for 4 hours. 4 hours on the Ghat, and it was so serene, so peaceful. I just can't forget that experience.
There is no exertion you feel.
No exertion.
That vibe, the energy, the positiveness might be keeping you going.
Keep going.
Beach vacation or mountain trek?
Once I was
But
once in a while, yeah. Once a Ghat is something that I would So yeah, once in a while beach vacation because I like water bodies, but eventually if I had to go frequently, that would be the mountains.
Bollywood or Hollywood?
I like both, but I would watch both, but like in a lot of Bollywood movies that I watched or I grew up with.
Would you like to binge watch a show or read a book?
Binge watch a show.
Binge watch. You know everything on Netflix then on show.
That's what my son says. He would say like, "Father, let's watch this," and I said, "Sorry, I already watched."
What is the latest one that you saw on Netflix? Or in
that was what is called like an Madhura Word Murders or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful series. It's a beautiful series. I like recent one that I would have watched, which was second time, Bareli Ki Barfi, because and I watched only the last half of it because that is where Rajkumar Rao, the way that he changed, and it has got a mix of fun, action, and emotions.
Sneakers or formal shoes?
Sneakers.
Comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah.
Cooking at home or ordering in?
Cooking at home. It's
You cook or Swati is cooking?
Swati is a certified chef from IHM, so in Institute of Hotel Management. So she is the best chef. That's the reason, like, and it's very difficult for me to lose weight.
We are not talking about that, but Swati, you're not. She can't stop to surprise me.
Yeah, so she's multi-talented in many ways. So she cooks really, really good food. So we have family of 5. Swati is chef, uh, everything. My elder son Swam, he makes the sauce that you cannot even imagine it. I don't know what he adds. He will randomly add something, and the way it turns out,
What is he?
he's 18, but he
It's amazing sauce.
amazing. I think maybe since he was 10 or 12, he started making it. And amazing is he puts it on the salad, he puts it on anything, and I said, like, I don't know what he did. And he will grab something from somewhere from the closet and he will do it. My younger son, Samarth, he's a chopper. You give him the, I don't know, it's like a 100-pound vegetable and he will chop it in an hour. He never shy. And the way the fine chopping that he does it, perfect shapes. You just tell him that this is the chef cut. The chef cut. And my daughter, Samriddhi, she's a perfect baker. So my daughter is an amazing baker, and she made baklava one day, first time. I think I would have finished 70 or 80% of that in a day. It was just amazing.
Daughters take care of their dads. She knows. अभी वो पापा को बस बकलावा खिलाओ जो भी मांगो. I'm sick. Just ask anything after that. Where you get it. Anyway, my daughter just looks at my husband nicely and she'll ask anything and dad will just do it. Driver खिलाने की जरूरत नहीं है, but that is a daughter and dad's relationship.
Yeah, that is daughter's dad relationship.
Yes. I would have to say this, pause from the questions, but I'll come to your house one day for dinner. I'm self-inviting myself. But cook in front of me. I want to see your whole family in that. I have, now that you said, I'm imagining in a certain way, or I want to just see that perfect harmony and that fun going on in the kitchen.
Yeah, you have to come during lunch and when Summer comes back from CMU.
Done. Classic playlist or latest hits?
Classic playlist.
Kishore?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a Kishore.
Evergreen songs.
कौन सा आपका favorite किशोर?
Kishore ka Pyar Deewana Hota Hai is the one that I sing also, and then that's my favorite.
Now he invited this on himself. He said I sing also. So now I have to ask you to sing the song for us, please.
I'm not a great singer, but I'll just give it a try. प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है. That's it.
Wonderful. क्या lyrics होते थे वो time
Oh,
पे. You sing well, Sudhir Ji.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should sing more for us. Classic hits. Cats or dogs?
Very tough. I would say cats.
Really?
Yeah. I like fishes more, but yeah, if you ask.
You have a cat? No, right? I know you have fishes at home.
Yeah, we have fishes at home.
Very important last question that I have is meditation or workout?
Meditation.
Well, thank you so much, Sudhir Ji. It's been great knowing you. Thank you for coming on our show and making it such an amazing show. I think my value or passion of why I started this show resonated very organically when you were sharing some of your or most of your stories today. So I'm really glad that you accepted, you came here and you're sharing this. I looking forward for our audience to look at this show and all the feedback and comments we're going to get. Please share. And keep doing what you're doing to Atlanta, to Georgia. We are all here with you. Shared all the paths, all the journeys, all the websites, how people can actually practically join, because listening to it is one thing, but how to actually get in touch with you. I can't believe he actually went ahead and shared his phone number. So note kar lena, I can't undo it. So that is why we call this show Raw and Real. He shared his phone number. That's where if you don't know where to start, just message Sudhir Ji and he'll get you. Happiness coach, community service, all in one package, and you have a great family, and we are I'm looking forward to meet them. And thank you, and we wish you all the best for the next elections. We are all with you. Wish you good luck, and we want to see you sitting on that chair very soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Sirisha Ji.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.